So we're going to briefly talk about grands raising grands. Now this is a big deal. There's over 2.5 million grandparents who have responsibility for their grandchildren. There is a law that's been passed July 9th, 2018. President Trump signed into law the Supporting Grandparents Raising Grandchildren Act, and that's received support from 40 older adult and child advocacy programs and groups. So there's a lot of support for this, and the stigma needs to continue to decrease while we are generous with our resources, because it does take a community to raise a family, and we need to be mindful of that. There's a lot of resources as well for grands raising grands. So the first thing to do is really to understand that there's a lot that we can do. We don't have to feel hopeless or be unsure of what to do. So grand families are on the rise. Some may be due to population increase of older adults, poverty, substance abuse, death of a grandchild's parent, and or extended military deployment. We need to listen to these caretakers, whether it's the grandparents or foster parent or someone else who is in that role. It's a very important role. And we need to support caregivers in the role and support the parents of the child. Sometimes a grandparent might be having trouble with their own child, and for whatever reason, and kind of will keep that distance. And sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes terrible things happen and we have to protect children always and provide safety. But one of the things that we also know is that we need to change the context of the system where that child lives, where that child resides, in order to reinforce youth development and success, and allow for growth, for healthy growth. Helpguide.org has a lot of good things too. As we said, a healthy means healthy grandchildren. Hobbies and relaxations are not luxuries. We all need this. Our young people need to know how to relax, how to spend time, how to relate. It's okay to lean on your grandkids for help. They can do so many things, and it's great to encourage their capacity, and they will also feel helpful and good to have to be part of the solution, to be part of the family. Find someone you can talk to about what you're going through. Look for support, support groups. These things are all very important. Reach out in your community for childcare help. It's not a one person, one adult job. Definitely takes a team on the same page. Connect with parents of children. That's very helpful for parents, grandparents, any caretakers. It just helps you to not feel so alone. It allows you to be a part of the bigger picture, and validating to your experience. Grandkids will have mixed feelings too, of course. We need to connect with the parents. We need to honor their role. And of course, safety first, but to the degree that we can. Now, I know oftentimes we'll have a situation with a caretaker who's raising a grandchild, and perhaps the parent of that parent or parents of that child don't have the best interests in mind or are making decisions that endanger that child. And so it's a sticky situation because we need to help that system, but we also need to elevate the parent to take the responsibility. It's difficult when you get to retirement age and suddenly it's time to raise kids all over again. I hear this a lot from my families that I see when I do my foster care work. And oftentimes it's single parents, single grandparents, single caretakers. So back to that triangle, we've got that structure where we have one side missing. So it's just weakened. It's like if we were building a structure and we didn't put the proper support in. it would be dangerous. And that's what this is. It's dangerous. Let's see here. Remember, children often act out in a safe place. A lot of times they have to go through a process as well. Children have a lot of nonverbal behavior. Their emotions, things come out, and it includes behavior. So that can be a sign, a good sign as well. But again, a very important time to apply the model.